All right, Mike, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
So we're joined here in studio. We're actually just doing a quick wrap up of 2024, all the amazing things that the team at Blue to Gold have accomplished. I just want to share those with you. I also want to share what's going to be happening in 2025 because we have some great things happening.
Yes, we do.
So let me give you some stats from some statistics from last year.
Let's hear it.
Okay. The first one is we had 216 different police agencies host Blue to Gold.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, that's all over the country, practically every single state. Of those 216 agencies, they hosted 450 individual classes.
Wow.
Okay, that's a lot, right?
That's a lot, yeah.
So almost more than one every single day. Mm-hmm. How do you do that, right? You have multiple instructors, including weekends. That's a lot, right? So then out of those, we had well, this includes online training too.
Okay.
But you ready for the total number of students? 42,000. 42.
That's awesome.
Isn't it amazing?
That is amazing.
So 42,000 people have gone through our training. Now, I also included that is in person, but it's also our webinars. But actually, that is not just the people who register for a class. A lot of people register for those online classes, for the free ones,
right?
But don't show up. This is actually butts and seats.
Attended.
Had
to listen to us. I like it.
Okay. You ready for how many books we sold?
Oh, wow.
28,000.
Oh, my gosh.
28,000 books.
And knowing what's in those books is that's remarkable.
They're just, then we're going to talk about the books in a second. And we've attended just multiple conferences, including IACP, ILETA, which is like a law enforcement training association, NAFTA, which is your FTOs, ILS, which is like your certification, your post directors, the FBI, LETA, which is like a law enforcement leadership academy. We did such good work. And when I say we, I'm definitely not, I'm pointing at you. You've done amazing work. Even though you were working at the time, you just retired recently.
I did.
And all of our instructors, I can't name them all. We'll, hopefully, maybe we'll put like a list of all the great instructors as I'm talking right now.
There we go.
Of all who've contributed to our success.
It's truly a family at Blue to Gold and a team effort for sure.
Let's be like, we are a family here. And families like to have fun. Hopefully, a healthy family does.
Yeah, exactly right. I think we do a pretty good amount.
We do a good job. We love what we do, and I think that's actually part of our DNA here. Is that everybody that works at Blue to Gold just loves their job.
It exudes out of us. I think
it does.
We just have a good time bringing that information to that number. It just makes me smile. I think
you have a dream job.
Yeah, truly.
Going around the country and you just never know when you walk into that room. All the personalities. What their questions are. It's exciting. They really want you. A lot of them, they don't know what they're going to get. They were told to go to this class. Maybe they're like, Search and Seizure, legal training, and then they arrive and it's like, Mike Boone is there. Jake Bigelow. You got Chris McFarland and John Ween, and all these great instructors, and they're just high energy. Funny,
it's just a
real
good time, and that sounds weird to say. I'm willing to say that those that have been to our classes and any of those instructors you just said, it's a good time. You think Search and Seizure, how's that a good time?
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a very good time. So let's talk about the future. 2025. I think that this video is kind of just to share with you. I don't want to take a lot of your time because I know you folks are busy. But let's just kind of share what's in the future. So the first thing is you're actually retired.
I am.
After a couple decades in law enforcement with a major, fantastic agency in Las Vegas, you're now going to be teaching for us full time, and that's fantastic.
I can't wait. It's exciting.
You ready for that Spirit Airlines flights and the Frontier and the Allegiant?
Man,
you don't get Delta until you're like a high performer,
right? Yeah, I got to work my way up.
Oh, you definitely got to work. You don't just get.
I hear they actually get snacks on Delta.
Yeah, you do. You actually get a seat. The next thing, the next big news that we have is you're going full time, and your latest edition, full time edition. You've been teaching this for years. But the other thing is we have a new program called LRC, Legal Roll Calls. This is something that we have been trying to implement. Not trying, but we've been working on implementing for actually about 3 years now. And the idea is that we do a lot of YouTube videos and some free, but it's not scripted. It's, we'll just say, hey, this is what we think the law is. And, I don't necessarily have a case to pull out of my hat, and I try to, right? Yeah. But this is actually, measurable training It has a it has a measurement tool, which is a multiple choice question. You can see who has watched it, and so LRC, the legal roll call, is various instructors at Blue to Gold, and it's on a drip campaign. So it's when your agency signs up for this, they get 1, 2, or 3 videos per week that they can show literally in roll call. But even if it's not in roll call, it can be just sent to an officer's cell phone, email. They can watch it, and they're like between 5 and 10 minutes long. They're very professionally produced in studio, and so this is just to keep that conversation going. And these LRCs they run the gamut from interview and interrogation law, the issues dealing with trespassing, First Amendment issues. And so really to keep that conversation going, I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. Because we talk a lot about, good conversation starters in briefing or just,
right.
amongst squads or whatever it may be. And like we say, the best thing I think we can do is get the discussion going and give them some foundation to make those good decisions based on. That's awesome.
It's awesome. The next thing is we have a search and seizure book for all 50 states. Whew. This means that the search and seizure book, our original, our OG book that was national, Fourth Amendment, it has been modified, updated, and adapted to all 50 states. Now, this is no small feat because, you have to, states like Alaska, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, they all have quirky laws.
Yeah, a little more restrictive at times on some things, for sure.
And so this is that. So all 50 states. We have response to resistance. This is a class by John Ween, who is going to teach our first use of force class. And we've had people that want to teach use of force first and best, but we're very picky because we want it to be Blue to Gold-esque, meaning it has our values in there, what we think. We're always thinking the long game here. What wins at the U.S. Supreme Court. So response to resistance is a fantastic course. We also have an 8-hour legal liability class, especially for those who are in management, who are supervisors and so forth. I think that's needed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of supervisors and commanders are worried about liability because they see these multi-million-dollar lawsuits and like, am I next?
Yeah, and am I on the hook for it?
Am I on the hook for it? So that's going to be coming out.
Or better yet, how can I prevent some of these things from happening? That's
prevention is an ounce of a cure.
Right.
And if you prevent it, you have money left over to pay for us to bring us to your agency and train your whole agency to make it even more defensible.
That's a win-win, huh?
It is a win-win. Speaking of just doing the right thing by your people and giving them quality training, we have an amazing program for academies, which is you. Now, you have spearheaded this. It actually has a workbook. It has just hours and hours of videos tailored to that to that new officer.
Yeah.
But no better person could teach us. I am not better qualified to teach you for CERT because you have your experiences that you've been teaching at a major academy for many, many years.
Yeah, almost 8 years. Yeah.
Can you tell us about this academy training?
Yeah, you nailed it there. It's really to build this foundation as new officers go from that transition of civilian life into policing, or if you do have some experience in policing here, it really is designed. It's segment based. Like you said, there's a workbook that goes along with each unit of conversation. There's reading that goes with that search and seizure handbook. So whatever state you're in, the book's going to come along with that. So as I teach the topic, there's going to be reinforced with reading assignments, and you'll be able to go, pick whatever out specifically. Ideally, you could even introduce this into your academy setting, to bring this in for the recruits in their training program, or if you are just a new cop out there in the academy, wherever you're at, you can pick this up here, and it's going to take you from just the basics of basics. And I think you and I said when we kind of were brainstorming this idea here, now at Blue to Gold, we've got you from the beginning of your academy, and we're going to take you all the way through your career.
Hire to retire.
I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And search and seizure is on the forefront of everybody's minds. It was a topic that was kind of maybe a bastard stepchild because for whatever reason, we can talk about that on later. But use of force has always been like the
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just billions of dollars, right? So we have that academy class, and again, it's for individual academy students that just want to make sure they pass the test and know what they're doing. But also, it's designed for agency wide. The next one is these agency contracts. Basically, I already have a few of them now. where I'm a resource for a lot of these agencies, like agency-wide. They call me, I make them custom videos, I train their entire department on issues that they're facing. However, now that I've paved the way on this, and it's been very successful, like literally, I save these agencies, I mean, it's not like millions of dollars, right? Because you can't, it's hard to measure what never happens.
Correct. Yeah.
But what I do is sometimes I'll see things that officers get in trouble for in other agencies, and I'm like, I taught your officers not to do this very thing, and now this officer, their agency paid $875,000 because a jury found that they violated the rights. Now it's time to roll this out nationwide and get more incredible instructors like you and my other instructors to help really not just do the hit and quit it. Okay.
Well, you're embedded. Is that
you're embedded?
Yeah, you're embedded.
Oh, I'm definitely embedded, and you're going to be embedded, and all the instructors will be embedded. So that's another 2025 goal. Also, this in line with this is that we're going to have a new program coming out in mid 2025 where we're actually going to do search and seizure audits. What that means is you have a chief out there. It's like, look, I want to know where the landmines are. I want to know what my guys are doing and not doing that they're supposed to be doing. I think they're doing okay, but they just don't know. And also, we know from all the training we've done that you just don't know what you don't know. And so how many times have you spoken to a sergeant or above and they're like, yeah, I think we're fine over here. And they're like, well, your guy's doing this. And like, oh, he is? Yeah, he told me this is what he's doing. This is what your squad does. Oh, I guess I didn't know that was a problem. And then we find those issues. So what we're going to be doing is offering agencies an opportunity for us to come in, spend a few weeks with them, ride-alongs, shift briefings, review their policy, right? See their culture, and actually say, Chief, this are where your landmines are. This is where you need to teach. This is where you do well. This is where you need to improve. This is the recommendation to bring you to where you need to national standards. How exciting is that?
That's pretty amazing because now you're talking just, this is the way we've always done things. Well, maybe you haven't been sued on it yet, or no one's brought it to light yet. But we can go in there and see these things that we can address it now.
That's the way I've done business has cost agencies, law enforcement, millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and it actually costs us lives. Because sometimes we do things that we shouldn't be doing them, and it actually comes out a bad outcome, a bad use of force, and so forth.
Yeah.
The final thing out of all these, there's a lot of incredible things. The last thing that we have on the agenda here is a Blue to Gold app. This is something that's been asked of us for years by our students. Where's the app? Where can I read the book online, and so forth? We're going to do an app. It's going to have all of our videos on there. It's going to have the LRCs on there, all of our courses. They can have your course. They can have Craig Meyer's class, which is the Proactive Patrol class. All these classes can be on demand. And it's going to have some AI stuff to it. You can actually ask it questions. And say, hey, I'm in this situation. It's not supposed to be the hey, I'm about to kick this door in.
Standing on the doorstep outside.
AI, you should kick the door. We don't want to have that kind of. But the point is, it's really good for trying to find answers. Say, hey, I had this situation last night. You can talk to it, AI it, and then it'll give you like a video, like, hey, look at this Blue to Gold video or videos online, or look at this class, or look at this case law.
Man.
That's super exciting.
That is exciting.
Well, I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that we've done in 2024. As you can tell, Blue to Gold has had an amazing year, which all means that we have amazing people working for Blue to Gold. And it's not just the people on the front end, it's also the people on the back end. Aaron, Terry, Teresa, Ralph, Rick, it goes on and on. Kristen, all these people that actually make Blue to Gold function. We can actually do our job without them.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm missing all of our IT team. I don't want to say every name because I know I'll miss somebody and then they'll feel bad. But we have just amazing people that here at Blue to Gold. So Mike, thank you for kind of giving us the opportunity to share with our audience where we're going. I think you're going to be excited about it. If you love the Blue to Gold now, wait till you see what's happening in the future.
Good stuff.
Cool. Thanks, guys.